Andrew McCART, IFL TV in association with MTK Global. Delighted, as always, to be joined by Jordan Gill. Jordan, first and foremost, how are things with you on your end? Before we talk about the big news that was released yesterday, how's things on your end?
All good in the hood, thanks, mate. Can't complain.
Definitely. I know you can't complain because we all got the news yesterday that you'll be on the first fight camp on the 1st of August in Eddie Hearn'S back garden. You're fighting a tough opponent in Reece Bellotti. Reece has been in with some good operators in Ryan Walsh and stuff like. He's fought for the British title. He's fought for he's Commonwealth champion and stuff like that. How do you assess your fight with Reece Bellotti? Tough opponent?
Yeah, very tough opponent. It's going to be a great fight. A fight that I think is going to pose new challenges to me, and a fight that I'm looking forward to. But, at this stage of my career, I don't want easy fights. I know there's no such thing as an easy fight, but these hard fights can come thick and fast now. And I think if I want to get to a level that I'm expecting to, then these are fights that I need to take. And this is the first step on the ladder, and a good step on the ladder in the right direction.
I mean, Reece Bellotti, he's coming off a close loss. Do you know what I mean? So, and that was a split decision against the Italian fella. Now, are you expecting the best Reece Bellotti? I mean, he's going to be hungry coming off that loss, similar to what you were like when you lost with your loss, and that you want to get back to winning ways as soon as possible. Now, he's going to be gunning for you. So, are you expecting the best Reece Bellotti in this fight?
Yeah, 100%. I think it's a must-win fight for us both, and it's a fight that it's something we can both get our teeth into. And the winner is going to go on to big fights, and the loser is sort of going to have to go back to the drawing board in a way you probably got nowhere to go. So, yeah, I'm expecting the best Reece Bellotti. I don't think he's got anything to lose. He knows he carries that big power. I think he's got world-class power. I think that's his probably one world-class attribute. And it's something that I'm going to have to respect when I'm in the ring. But like you say, it's going to be a great fight, and it's one that I'm looking forward to.
I mean, obviously, selfishly as a boxing fan, we're all going to look forward to the fights again because we want to fight. But for yourself, Jordan, I know the ups and downs that you've gone through in terms of the illness with Tinoco and then the injury you had and stuff like that. It was just constantly, every time you got a fight date, it was cancelled. Now, you haven't fought since September. That's
yeah.
That would almost be a year or 11 months until you step back in the ring. How fit are you? How ready are you? And, I mean, yeah, how fit are you? Are you ready to rock and roll?
I'm ready to rock and roll. Honestly, if they said it was next week, I'd be happy to fight next week. And originally, the date I was told when I first heard that Matchroom was even thinking about doing shows behind closed door was the 4th of July. So I was meant to be fighting in March. Like I said, it's got cancelled. More bad luck from me on my behalf. I don't seem to have much good luck. But, I've got this fight now, and I didn't take my foot off the gas when my fight was cancelled in March. And in a way, I'm glad that it was now, because that fight in March was meant to be an 8-rounder to come back after the illness and come back into a big fight after that. And really, this is the big fight. So I've skipped the takeover fight, which, a lot of people would think, oh, we need that comeback fight after the illness, after all that time out. But I'll be honest, I just want the big fights. So this is a great first step on the ladder, and it's a good step up, and a fight that's going to be intriguing. I think it captures the imagination of the casual fans and the real boxing hardcores, because it's a real clash of styles, and it's a guy that's going to come at me for 10 rounds. He's got big power, and he's going to hunt me down. He's going to throw head, body, arm, shoulders, rib, elbow, whatever. And it's down to me to deal with it. And it's a challenge that I'm looking forward to.
I've seen, obviously, I follow you on Instagram and stuff like that. I've seen you back with Dave Caldwell. Now, he was obviously impressed with the shape that you came back into camp with, obviously training by yourself and stuff like that. What was it like when you first went through and stepped into the ropes again and started doing the pads with Dave after such a long time out? Did it feel good?
Yeah, it felt good. It's a big relief. The biggest relief was the first spar back, because, there's probably, for all boxers, it's probably the longest time that I've not sparred for. all over lockdown because socially distanced, it's impossible to spar. So unless you got about 4 meter arms, which I'm not blessed to have. So no, yeah, it's good. It's good to be back in the gym. It's good to be back sparring. It's good to be back feeling good and working hard. And feel like each week I've got better. And fitness not a problem. Weight's not a problem. I said I could make the weight next week. I could fight next week. I'm ready. I've been getting some good rounds in, and I just can't wait. I thought until Thursday, I thought it was the 25th of July. No one told me that it was actually August 1st. So they pushed the schedule back. So it's another week for me to wait. But
and get ready, I suppose. Wait and get ready.
Yeah, it's another week. I mean, I feel ready now, but the way I see it, it's another week to get better. And that's what I'll do.
Talk to me about the card, because you said to yourself that your fight with Reece Bellotti it captures the imagination of not just the hardcore fans but the casual fans. Now, when I saw the fight poster with all the fights on that card with Gavin Gwynn and Tennyson, Dalton Smith against Bennett, you've got the heavyweight with Vallely and Yardley and stuff like that, then your fight as well, and then obviously the Cheeseman and Eggington fight. I mean, that whole card for me is just stacked with 50-50 fights, and as a boxing fan, I cannot wait. Now, how are you feeling being on a card like that? I know there's not going to be fans there. It's going to be a different atmosphere in terms of being outside in Eddie's backyard at Matchroom HQ, but do you feel any pressure being on a card stacked with 50-50 fights and to perform?
I don't feel the pressure. I feel excited, and I feel like the anticipation. I'm desperate for it to come now. I want it to come now. But it's the anticipation of waiting to that date. So I know it's going to be a good show. The first one back was always going to have to be the best show, and I think for me, the last show is a very good show, it has to be because it's pay-per-view. But out of all four, I think this is the one that I'd like to watch the most, and arguably my fight is probably one of the best fights on it. I know I might be biased by saying that, but I think it's the best fight. But you're going to watch them all anyway, so it's a win-win. I think the viewing figures will be really good. And like I said, there is pressure on to me to perform, but, that's the sort of pressure that you have to thrive under. And if you look at all the good fighters, they thrive under that pressure, and their best performances come when people say it's a 50-50 or people write you off. And when I boxed Ryan Doyle, everyone said it was a 50-50 fight, or a lot of people wrote me off. I remember like boxing writers and even the boxing news said I'd get stopped, and that's what I like. When I boxed a boxer journeyman or somebody that everyone expects me to win against, then you don't see the best of me because I need a challenge, and this is certainly a challenge.
Talking about Eddie, I mean, the way Eddie does things, he doesn't do it half measures. I mean, he's going to put 4 shows on back to back every Friday and stuff like that, man. So talking about Eddie and his sort of master plan on bringing boxing back for every week in August.
I think it's great. I think, sorry, my phone's sliding all over the place.
Right. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think you can only admire him for his mindset, his work ethic. He's grabbed the ball by the horns, and he's putting these shows on, and they're stacked cards. You've seen other promoters come back with fights, and like in America, Bob Arum's putting fights on, but they're not like this, are they? They're not 50-50 fights. They're almost mismatches. I mean, we saw the guy that Navarrete boxed last week, and it was a bit of a joke. And so I think there's pressure on Eddie to continue the reputation that he's got for being probably the best promoter, one of the best promoters in the world, and certainly the best promoter in the UK. So, he's attacked it, and this is a result. These shows are the result. So hopefully it all goes well. These shows, all 4 come off, and the fights are great, and the viewing figures are great, and Sky and the public are entertained, and we can get some more scheduled in.
I think that the public will be entertained. Like we talked about the fights on the card. If anyone hasn't seen the fight poster, go on your Instagram or go somewhere and Matchroom Instagram and have a look. Now, in terms of the pressure side of things as well, like I said, I spoke to Dalton Smith earlier on as well. He's a young fighter coming through. Now, sometimes young fighters coming through, even though they're on the big shows, the pay-per-view shows in the big arenas, they can sometimes get lost on the undercard when there's nobody in the big arena and they're on Facebook Live or whatever. But now, similar to yourself, because boxing's been away for so long, and it feels like everyone is going to be tuning into Sky Sports, even though there might be no fans there, but there's going to be millions of people watching you versus Reece Bellotti. Now the Tinoco fight, we all know what happened there. You had the illness, and you've had one little warm-up fight against a journeyman and stuff like that. Now, again, with all these people watching, solely focused on Jordan Gill, because you were touted to be sort of like on that cusp of world level if you beat Tinoco and stuff like that. So the pressure side of things isn't just about fighting in front of no fans. It's like quite a lot for you, isn't it, coming back from the illnesses and stuff like that?
Yeah, that's it. This is everything for me. This is I need to win. I need to look good because, you know, if I don't win and if I don't look good, then what happened in Nottingham when I boxed Tinoco, then everyone thinks that's me because it's not me. And you know, people say, "Oh, you was talking shit. Yeah, you got beat fair and square." Okay, I got beat, but it wasn't me in the ring. And this fight will prove that. And if I'm talking shit, then we'll see. And that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to getting back to where I should be. And I think a good win in this fight puts me back to where I was heading. And I think, like you say, I was on the cusp of breaking into them world rankings, and I was heading towards a European title shot. And I think a good win here puts me back there, and I can't see why I can't get these big fights and push on, because I'm not desperately in a rush, but I want to be moved as quick as possible. And I think what we're doing in the gym is showing that I'm ready to be moved on. And I think Dave agreed with that now too. So when Dave rang me, he said, because of the COVID situation, Eddie's come out and said that you're probably going to get 2 fights this year. So, you know, we both said, let's make them the best fights possible. And what better fight to come back with than Reece Bellotti? So what, I've had 11 months out the ring. So what, I've come back from illness. So what, I've only had one warm-up fight since Tinoco, and that was all the way back in September.
That might be a case you've been more hungry now, though, because you've been up for so long.
It.
Yeah,
that's it. I want these fights, and if I win, I move on to big things, and if I don't, I don't. But we'll soon find out. There's only one way to find out, and we got to get in there and fight.
Definitely, and only 4 weeks to wait. Now, I think I've left the most important question till last, and I want you to answer honestly here. Are you keeping the hair and the beard for the fight night, or are the fans going to see a haircut?
I think what we should do is let Andrew McCART of IFL TV decide. You decide now and tell the public what's happening.
I want that to be like, I want the biggest afro you can see. I want that. Shave the beard, but keep the hair.
Shave the beard, but keep the hair.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll put it to a vote, and we'll see what everyone says.
If they comment on this video, if anyone sees this video, comment underneath if Jordan should keep the hair or have a haircut.
I don't know, it's a bit wild, isn't it? But the thing is, like, most people's hairs grow and like it comes down. Mine just keeps going out and out and out. So I look like a proper microphone head by the time the fight comes around.
That's why I say keep it. That's why I say keep it. Everyone needs that signature sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Everyone needs that gimmick. You can have the hair. Do you know what I mean?
Why not?
Why not?
We'll see what it looks like by August.
Definitely. Finally, before I let you go, just one word on the fans that are going to for the fans that are going to tune in on the 1st of August.
Thanks for your support. I know it's been a long time coming. But finally, we can provide some entertainment after a long COVID lockdown, and I'm delighted and excited to be one of the first show back and one of the first fights back. From what I'm hearing, I think I will be the first fight of Fight Camp. And let's make it a good one to get everyone tuned in and locked in for the whole 4 weeks and push on to bigger and better things. And I know you can't be there in person this time, but tune in, watch on TV, and next time you can grab yourself some tickets.
Definitely. That's perfect way to end this interview. I won't be there in person, I don't think, but hopefully, fingers crossed, one of the guys in London, Cougar, Numo, Raz or Oscar, they'll be there if things are allowed. But I won't be there, unfortunately, because I'm all the way up in Scotland. But hey ho, that's neither here nor there. But Jordan, as always, thanks for doing this for IFL TV. You know I always appreciate your time. And like I said, I'll be tuning in on the 1st of August because I think the whole card and your fight is a great 50-50 fight for all the fans to see. So again, Jordan, thanks for your time as always.
Thank you very much, mate. Cheers.
Stick in, my man.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
day.